gorgeous Monday evening. And hello to everybody who found us online. So glad that you could make it some way or another. Hopefully you'll be in the lovely, lush green Lexington at the Lyric Theater one day soon. Let's get things rolling on behalf of the Kentucky Department of Tourism. Visit Lex.com, the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, and the City of Lexington. Welcome to the Lyric Theater and the 1153rd taping session of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. So now's the time to do so. If you haven't already done so, please turn off your cell phone ringers. Definitely don't want those disrupting the artist during the show. Also, if you like to take photos, that's perfectly fine. Just no flash photography, please. Make sure there's a big old slash across that lightning bolt. No flash photography, please. And make things easier for the volunteers at the end of the night. Whatever you brought in with you, please take it out. Leave no trace. And as many of you know, WoodSongs is an audience participation show. We love to capture your laughter, your applause, your reactions. Even if you're heckling Michael, it's okay, we'll capture it. And you even get your own line at the end of the show. We've got mics up here just for you. And Michael, he'll put up his hand like this to let you know to be at the ready. And he'll say, next week on the... And that's your cue to loudly say, WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, followed by lots of clapping and applause. I heard you. I love the anticipation. Now again, he'll say next week on the, and then you loudly say WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, and just use your outside voices, applause, cheer, and we're going to give this a good practice go so that we can set the levels in the back, and I know you're ready for this. So, next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Fantastic. I love it every time I hear it. Now, as long as nothing goes wrong, the show should be ending right about an hour, followed by the encore section. Michael oftentimes has a special announcement, funny little story, and you know you'll get something super special from the artist. So please stay seated for that encore. Okay, my eyes are on you guys. Are you ready for the show to begin? That sounded close, but I'll give you another try. Are you guys ready for the show to begin? Yay! Let's welcome to the stage the host of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, musician Michael Jonathan.
Hey everybody, welcome to Monday night, and we want to say hello to our chief engineer, Jerome Galt, sitting in the back of the room, as we do every week. We also want to thank the WoodSongs crew members. They work very, very hard to put these shows together, just like my microphone. And they're all volunteers. Like I said, they're continuing to work very hard. So please give the WoodSongs crew a big round of thanks. Like Dorothy said, most shows are going to, what? Hold show? For a minute? Well, I'll talk for a minute. Like Dorothy said, that the show will normally last about an hour. We hate to edit, so most shows will begin and end in about 59 minutes. Sometimes things break down or need repair. This crew will be all over it like white on rice. They work very, very hard. But usually we get to go straight through the show. After that's done, there'll be an encore. The artist will perform an encore for you as a thank you, and then they're going to be out in the lobby. They're going to say hi to everybody. Please don't feel like you have to rush off. How are we doing on that camera? Still holding? Do we know what happened? Just a cable? Thank goodness for duct tape. Boy, oh boy. So we're just waiting for them to fix the camera. How's everything else? Audio okay, Jerome? Okay. So we're just waiting for a second, or two, or three. I know a lot of good banjo jokes, which you don't want me to start telling them. See? Thank you. I can always tell my farmer joke. I know. My husband and wife on the front porch joke? No? I think so. Husband and wife sitting on the front porch, watching the sun go down. Wife is all pleased, and she's just sitting there, just thinking. All of a sudden, her eyebrows shoot up in her forehead, and she sits bolt right up in her chair, and she grabs her walking stick, and she whacks her husband over the knee with it. "What you hit me for?" he cried out. She says, "That's for all those years of bad sex." He's sitting there all humiliated and upset and everything and frowning. All of a sudden, his eyebrows shoot up in his head, and he sits bolt upright in his chair, and he sits up and he grabs his walking stick, and he whacks his wife over the knee with it. "What you hit me for?" she cries out. He said, "That's for knowing the difference." That's a good joke. I like that joke. It's a good joke. It's a clean, dirty joke. Jerome, I'm hearing static noise in the monitor. How long are we to victory there?
Static or hiss?
It sounds like static. It could be hiss.
Okay. I'm going to mute it real quick, just so you can hear the difference.
It's totally quiet now.
Can you live with it? Because I'm not hearing it through the mic.
Yeah, if you're not hearing it, I can live with it.
I mean, there's just a lot of ambient noise coming into your vocal mic.
Really?
Well, yeah, the AC system.
Okay. It sounds electronic to me.
Now I'm hearing like a phasing effect.
Yeah, see? Now it's gone.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Is only one side of the guitar mic working? They're all muted now? I'm curious, what are we rebuilding it? All right, they fixed it. All right, now I think we're ready. Welcome to Showbiz. Okay, we good? Is TV good upstairs? Yes. Oh, good. The clock man is here. Okay. All right, Jerome, you still good? Good. All right, here we go.
I hear radio in my...
Maybe not.
Oh, wait, I hear radio in my headset.
Huh?
I hear radio in my headset.
There's a radio in her headset.
I thought I heard it just for a split second, but now it's gone again. I think it's your vocal mic, but
Just talk past it. It's not in the thing.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go.
Support for WoodSongs show number 1153 is provided by the Kentucky Department of Tourism, the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, VisitLex.com, the Lyric Theater, Travel Host Magazine, and our family of WoodSongs partners. Special thanks to the beautiful Clarion Hotel and also Spring Hill Suites, welcoming visitors to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world, celebrating 250 years, and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and WoodSongs. Take your next vacation trip to the musical state of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride, his name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
And she paints me like Vincent in the rain, and she brushes all my tears away. She's a brilliant song by Monet, and she chases my blues away on her canvas made of clay in the midnight rain. Now she's dreaming of Vincent all alone, carved in stone like Michelangelo. She's a portrait of love by Cézanne, and colors of Paul Gauguin, and she's lost in the south of France in the midnight rain. And now she poses while I wait in the shadow of eternity's gate, on her canvas made of clay in the midnight rain. In the shadow of eternity's gate, in the midnight rain. And she paints me
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, supporting professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome everybody to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting all over the world, celebrating the magical, wonderful, organic, mystical world of front porch music. We liken Wood Songs to a multimedia front porch. Artists come from everywhere to be on our show. You don't have to be famous to be on Wood Songs. You just have to be very, very good. That's the case of both of the artists. One is all the way from England. We have an amazing Wood Songs kid, but first up is one of the premier bass players in the entire world of bluegrass music. She's a Kentucky-born artist. She's well in demand in the bluegrass world. We're very proud to have her as she's going to perform songs from her first album, named right after her. This is a tune called Up on the Mountain. Please welcome Shelby Means to the Wood Songs Old Time Radio.
A man climbs up on the mountain, trying to find peace from a troubled past, seeking the old man in the mirror, trying to throw a lasso around the moon. Feels like the mountain is calling my name. A boy plays up on the mountain. He's not afraid of the darkened path. A trapper trying to catch his prey, wearing the tail end of a raccoon. Feels like the mountain is calling my name. Feels like the mountain is calling my name. She said an eye for an eye and a buck for an apple. Lay it on the table or get yourself gone. He said, damn this pack of wolves that stole my girl and all my money. That's the way it goes in this promised land. That's the way it goes in this promised land. A family left without a home, swept away in water, deep and tumbling. Never lost faith in love. It's the foundation that will keep from crumbling. Feels like the mountain is calling my name. 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 Feels like the mountain is calling my name.
It's a self-titled album, Shelby Means, on Wood Songs. It's really nice to have you. Thank you. And congratulations on all your success. You're doing so well out there.
Well, thanks a lot.
Kentucky-born.
Right here in Lexington.
Right. Whoa, look at there. A hometown girl. And you made your family made its way to Laramie, Wyoming.
Yes.
And your childhood was filled with a whole lot of music, right? Your home sort of became like a hub.
I think if in Laramie, yes, you could consider it that.
And as a young girl, you started anchoring the bluegrass jams out there with an upright bass.
I was 13 and I saw another woman playing the bass at this old-time music contest and festival, and that's when I knew. I dabbled with a few other instruments, and then I saw another woman playing the bass, and I thought, That's my instrument.
Now, I would think at 13 years old, the bass is not a small instrument.
Right.
And so how does a 13-year-old girl in a very, well, let's put it this way, it's a very male-dominated instrument. Is that fair to say that?
I guess there are some legendary female upright bass players, but its size, I guess, tends to be sort of a red flag for some parents or kids that want to play it. But you know, I was born in Lexington. My blood runs blue. And then we moved out to Laramie, Wyoming, and we're tough out there. So.
That's right. Well, our favorite female upright bass player out here is Ruth McQuaid from the McQuaid Family Band. She's awesome.
Nice.
Boy, she could slap the tar out of that thing, you know. So there's a lot of music in your house, and you eventually joined up with bands like Delamay, and you joined up with the great Molly Tuttle, who's on a bit of a rocket ship ride these days. Is it a scary thing to step out on your own as Shelby Means, the solo artist? I mean, you have a great band. We're going to talk about them in a minute, but you're essentially leaving the group world and you're stepping out as the focus artist.
I was hesitant for 38 years, which is why it took me so long to put out a solo record, but I was very inspired by Bronwyn Keith Hines and Kyle Tuttle and Molly in the last 3.5 years, seeing them make solo records and get to sing some of their songs on stage. I thought, you know, I have some songs too. Like, I could make a record. So I don't know. I still feel like I have one foot in the group band world. I'll always love if people call me up and I get to play bass with the likes of Jason Carter or Mason Vi or whoever it is. But
well, I have a list here of people you've played with: Jerry Douglas, Brian Sutton, Brandy Carlisle, Jim Lauderdale, Lyle Lovett, Peter Rowan, Chris Thiele, Holly Williams, a whole bunch of folks that admire your performance, admire your skill. Is the upright bass a hard instrument to learn?
It was, for me, very approachable at first because I already played the guitar, so I could look at the guitar player in a jam session, even if I didn't know the song. I could look at the chords they were playing and figure it out pretty quickly, especially with bluegrass songs that are maybe 3 or 4 chords maximum. And then I started to hear...
It's that darn 4th chord, though, that messes everybody up.
Usually the 6th minor or something, but... So I loved that it was approachable. And for me, my fingers, like, they got comfortable on the strings quickly, more so than other instruments.
Well, you've done well. You're a Grammy Award winner, and you're nominated as Americana Instrumentalist of the Year. I mean, a lot of folks admire. And you got a wonderful band. Sammy Bratt is playing fiddle with you, and then on mandolin is Jacob Meads, and then the great Kyle Tuttle is playing the banjo over there, good-looking guy. Joel Timmons is playing the guitar right next to you. Let's listen to the band. The album is named after her, very appropriate. It's her very first solo record. This is called Streets of Boulder. It's Shelby Means on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I left you in the pouring rain upon the streets of Boulder, cursing life, wanting love, leaving this town. A lonesome whistle cries, blotting out your haunting memory, and the train moves on and on. Who am I to leave you all alone? Who are you to watch me walking out? How are we to know it won't work out this time? Who are we to know what love is all about?
great. Shelby Means and a wonderful band, and Sammy Bratman ripping it up on the fiddle on that thing. Good job, everybody. Her new album is called Shelby Means. It's named after her. If you'd like to go ahead and find out more about Shelby Means, their tour schedule, make their music part of your home music collection, all you got to do is go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1153. We'll tell you all about Shelby Means and her music, as well as our next artist, who is a premier artist from England. She tours literally all over the world. She's an exceptional singer and has won great awards with her guitar. She's also one of the hardest working artists out there on the scene. She's going to do a song that's basically a cappella from an album that she recorded in an old medieval church in England. So please welcome Sarah McQuaid to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
The sweetness of the berry doesn't take away the pain of the briar when it stabs you in the hand. But the power of your craving for the fruit among the thorns is driving you to risk another chance. Sweetness and pain, summer sun and autumn rain. The bramble does not seek to harm, it merely seeks to live. It injures without malice or intention. There's no question of forgiveness, no apology, no pardon. For minor wounds too numerous to mention, sweetness and pain, winter winds return again. Sharp black thorns concealed and smoothed by softly falling snow. Drops of blood like bright red flowers. This hurt will pass. Just let it go. Sweetness and pain. Shake it off and start again. Thank you.
One of the bravest things an artist can do, singing a cappella. Sweetness and Pain is the name of the song. Sarah McQuaid, and what a beautiful album. And it's like I described it. You recorded it, I think it was during COVID, right?
Yeah, it was just at the tail end of COVID.
So no audience.
Yeah, no audience.
Just a big church.
Big church. We had just reached the point in England where you weren't allowed to do live events with audiences. You were allowed to have no more than 6 people working in one space at one time. And my wonderful manager and sound engineer, Martin Stansbury, figured out that that meant that we could go into this beautiful old church, himself and myself and a 2-man film crew. And so we filmed the whole album as it was being recorded live in the church. And because there was no audience, the cameras could get right up into my face and everything like that. And that gave us loads of really good video content to put out while we still couldn't go out and do live shows.
Well, it sounds very adventurous, and good job for thinking of that, because a lot of artists, they got very dormant during COVID, but you were like pursuing your art still. You were trying to figure out, if you can't get through the front door, you're going to blast a hole through the side wall, and
exactly.
You're still going to do your thing, right? And it's an amazing album. I'm glad you did that one particular song, because it's like I said, an artist performing a cappella, it's one of the most, you are so exposed, right? So is that a hard thing for you to do?
In a way, it's kind of my way of settling in. I nearly always do something a cappella as the first song in every show I do, because it just kind of gets me kind of centered in myself, and I can get used to the sound of my voice in the space without worrying about the guitar as well. And I actually find that it's kind of a helpful thing to do.
Well, you are known for your guitar, and we're going to get to the award-winning guitar styling that you do. But let's talk about you for a minute. You were born in Spain, right? And as a young girl, your family moved to America, the Chicago area, right?
Yeah, my father was Spanish. My mother was American, so she was from Chicago. And when I was 18 months old, I moved with my mother back to Chicago.
And your great-grandmother was a professor of, I think, of English, right?
My great-grandfather was a professor of English. My great-great-great-aunt was a wonderful social justice campaigner.
I was going to say, so there's a lot of community activism and social awareness. And did that affect you as an artist? You go to England, and there's a lot of issues in Europe, just like there is in America, where artists sort of speak up a little bit and speak out.
Yeah, I try and do it in a really, really subtle way, and to the point that a lot of my songs that I thought I was kind of making a point, people don't kind of get the metaphorical end of it at all, which is okay, that's fine.
Well, we're going to talk more about your guitar styling, but you are known for something called dadgad tuning.
Yeah.
Is that what you're in right now?
Yeah, that is what I have been playing in
Explain
nothing
what
but
that
dadgad for decades now. It's just an alternative tuning for the guitar. Basically, instead of E-A-D, G-B-E, which would be standard guitar tuning, it's D-A-D, G-A-D. So what would be your two E strings are tuned down to D, and what would be your B string is tuned down to A. And what that gives you is loads of what's called sympathetic resonance, so you can kind of make a lovely, big, full, rich sound, even if you're just playing a very simple melody.
So strum the open chord.
Well, the open chord isn't actually, every chord is a chord.
And there's that big, deep resonant sound that you were talking about, that most guitars in standard tuning is not going to sound quite like that.
Well, yeah, it depends on on how you play it in standard tuning. I mean, what I love about it is you get all this. If I was to, I don't know if it'll come across on radio, but if I was to just hum an A at the guitar, it would resonate. Like if I go la, do you hear that?
I hear it resonating.
Yeah.
Well, let's listen to your guitar styling on this next song. It's from her album Walking into White. The tune is called The Tide. It is Sarah McQuaid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
These tidal waters tell a lie. The broad and shining surface hides a narrow path through muddy shallows marked by secret signs. The channel twists and turns. Heaven help you if you try to find a shorter way across, or if you fail to read the signs. You run aground with no way out until the turning of the tide. But the tide will rise in time. Be ready with your boat to meet it. Feel the water lift you till you're floating free. Hoist your sail and find a channel deep enough to carry you to open sea. There's been time for many tides to fall and rise since you and I fetched up in shallow waters that have muddied up our lives. The channel flows just out of reach in sight of where we lie. Watch so many ships and sailors gliding effortlessly by. They glance at us with pity in their sad boat to meet it. Feel the water lift us till we're floating free. Hoist our sail and find a channel deep enough to carry us to open sea. The tide will rise in time. We'll be ready with our boat to meet it. Feel the water lift us till we're floating free. We'll hoist our sail and find a channel deep enough to carry us to open sea.
Isn't she wonderful? Walking Into the Night is the name of the album. The Tide is the song's award-winning artist all the way from England, Sarah McQuaid. We've also got a Grammy Award-winning artist, Shelby Means, on our show with her bluegrass band. Oh, and wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 1153, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia and Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Shelby Means, Sarah McQuaid, and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and visit Lex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hello, this is Richard Thompson, and you are exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And thank you, Richard Thompson, and welcome back, everybody, to our wonderful show. We got Shelby Means doing bluegrass music, and Sarah McQuaid all the way from England on our show. We are broadcasting all over the world, literally. We're from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Arizona to the Yukon, and across Canada. Great stations like the North 103.3 in Duluth, Minnesota. We're on Country Radio 105.2 in New Zealand. We're on KDLG FM in Alaska near Bristol Bay. We're on the Red River Radio Network across Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas. High Plains Public Radio across Kansas and northern Texas. And we want to say hi to all those listeners that are tuning in there. We're also on the air on American Forces Radio Network. It puts this show on the radio, 2 different channels worldwide in 177 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America. And as always, it's very important. We want to say hi to all the men and women out there that are tuning in. The fans, the public that gets to hear WoodSongs on those stations. We're on public television coast to coast, the RFD television network nationwide, and we're also in schools. If you're a homeschool parent or a teacher, you go to the WoodSongs website, click on the classroom page. Boy, if you want to find out about the guitar, we've got Tommy Emanuel. You want to find out about the banjo, we got Bela Fleck. You want to find out about jazz, Preservation Hall Jazz Band, and on and on. All of this to introduce kids to this amazing world of front porch music that WoodSongs WoodSongs is all about. And because that, we invite a youngster, a kid, on every show this time, and they get to perform one song in front of major touring artists like Shelby, like Sarah McQuaid from England. And today we have young Addison Taylor. She's 15 years old. How you doing, Addison?
I'm doing good.
Now, you're going to do something. We were talking to Sarah McQuaid about this. It's kind of a brave thing to sing something a cappella, right? And that's what you're going to do.
Yes.
Is that a hard thing to do?
Usually, yes. I get really nervous when singing a cappella because I'm usually used to singing with someone playing piano or a track, but it also takes this big weight of stress off of me because I'm able to go at my own pace and I don't have to worry about messing up with the pianist or guitarist.
You can do your own timing of the lyric and the song. You can feel it the way you want to instead of being not controlled, but it's get a little rigid when someone's keeping guitar time behind you, right?
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been singing? How long have you been doing this?
I've been singing since I was 8 years old. My first musical was Seussical. Yeah.
So, and you love it, right?
Yes.
So, are you public school or homeschool?
I am public school.
Public school, and there's a good music program in your school?
Yes. There's a thing called Cohort Integrated Arts. It's an audition program, and it has vocal, instrumental, dance, drama, and visual arts.
And you have parents that support you, right? Your mom brought you out here, and they take care of you, and they give you all these opportunities, right?
Yes.
So for all you parents and grandpas and folks that are taking care of kids, I want you to listen to our WoodSongs Kid this week. This is what happens when parents and guardians help these kids explore their art. She's 15 years old. It's Addison Taylor, and she's going to dip deep into the American catalog of great songs. A cappella, she's going to perform Amazing Grace. It's Addison Taylor, this week's WoodSongs Kid.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've known less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
She's 15 years old. This week's WoodSongs kid, Addison Taylor, and we wanted to find a little kid from England in honor of Sarah McQuaid, and we couldn't do that. So since Shelby Means is from Lexington, we found ourselves Addison Taylor, who's from right here in central Kentucky. So hometown girls rule tonight, right? So if you're a parent or a guardian, if you think you've got a youngster that belongs on the WoodSong stage, we want to hear from you. If you're the parent or the guardian, you can send us information, a clip on these kids. Just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the kids page, and all the information is right there. We love our WoodSongs kids. And again, Addison Taylor, good job. She's originally from Lexington. She's a touring bluegrass artist, a major award winner. She was with the bands Della Mae, with Molly Tuttle and everything else. She's got a brand new solo album named after her. This is called Fisherman's Daughter. And please welcome Shelby Means back to the stage.
A fisherman's daughter was she, knew the boat by the day she was 3. Her father would take her along. With pride in his heart, his daughter grew strong, and he'd sing, sing, sing her a song. Sing, sing, pretty girl, cast a net with your song. The fish in the ocean follow along. Sing, sing, pretty girl, sweet melodious sound. The sun has gone down, the fish gather round. The sun has gone down. 17 years now a maiden was she, spent her days on the banks of the sea. Her father, he called out her name. Daughter, here's my boat, you can fish just the same. And sing, sing, sing like I sang. A tall, handsome sailor was he, spied the maiden in her boat so pretty. The sailor man gave her a ring. With love in their hearts, they married that spring, and he'd sing, sing, sing her a song. Sing, sing, pretty girl, cast a net with your song. The fish in the ocean follow along. Sing, sing, pretty girl, sweet melodious sound. The sun has gone down, the fish gather round. The sun has gone down. A fisherman's daughter went to fish the deep sea. On the day that she learned a mother she would be, but storm clouds arose. She rocked in the waves, and she reached for his voice through her watery grave. Sing, sing, pretty girl, cast a net with your hair. The fish in the ocean follow you there. Sing, sing, pretty girl, sweet melodious sound. The sun has gone down, the fish gather round. The sun has gone down, the fish gather round.
That's what you call symphonic bluegrass right there. That's pretty good. Shelby means an award-winning upright bass player. Now, you were doing something really unique, actually, between you and Sammy Brayman. She's playing the fiddle, and you're picking the upright bass and then getting a bow, and then you're bowing it almost like a cello.
Yes.
So now tell the audience about this. This is where you're winning Grammys and major awards and stuff. So.
Well, yes, it's a classical technique, which I first learned bluegrass bass, and then when I was a senior in high school, I decided it would be smart if I took orchestra class and learned a little bit more about this instrument, and that's when my teacher taught me how to use a bow. And I just think it's one of the coolest sounds that you can make on the upright bass.
Let's give a sample of pick something with your fingers and then go to the bow.
So this is called pizzicato. You can also do like some.
There's that slap. Yeah, that's right.
Like rockabilly slapping.
That's parties. That's party music
yes.
right there.
Slap it like it owes you some money, they say.
Yes.
But that wouldn't really happen in a classical setting, so
you don't think people would slap to Beethoven and Mozart? No?
Maybe I'll try that next record.
Make some folks angry. So now you're going to go to the bow.
Yes, so this is called arco.
So when you're doing that, and then Sammy Brayman is doing her fiddle, playing it like a violin, which is the same instrument. I mean, then you get that orchestrated symphonic sound, which you're adding to the bluegrass canvas.
Yeah.
Which sounds beautiful. You got a great band. We got to give them all some props here. Jacob Means is playing the mandolin, and Kyle Tuttle's playing the great banjo over there, and Joel Timmons is playing the guitar, and all together. I mean, you don't have a band per se. You're just surrounding yourself with some really good musicians.
That's why I moved to Nashville, I guess, over 10 years ago. I wanted to be the little fish in the big sea of acoustic music and just surround myself with people that were better than me and try and work up. And that was so inspiring. Then I ended up getting to, have Jerry Douglas and Brian Sutton play on my record. So I couldn't ask for a better
isn't it nice how
experience.
the bluegrass community is I don't want to say non-competitive because everybody's trying to, get noticed and stuff, but they're supportive. They will be there for each other. They will help each other. You can get Vince Gill to sing background music if you want. Sam Bush plays with everybody because he loves to play, And that is a nice atmosphere.
It's like a community, and much like this show, the Front Porch Vibe, one of my favorite things to do in Nashville was call up friends and pickers and have a jam session. And just for fun, just because we wanted to. So
yeah. Tim O'Brien is the king for that.
Yeah.
He loves doing that, and again, it's that musical community that not just supports each other, but when you do that, you get better.
Right.
When you get surrounded by good folks, and you're certainly doing that now. We're going to get back into this wonderful new premiere album of yours. It's named after her. This is a tune called Farm Girl. It's Shelby Means on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
From the hen house, the rooster's her alarm. Farm girl, hello heaven, farm girl, she's a genuine farm girl, a Wrangler wearing farm girl, all American farm girl. At noon, I hear that diesel humming. Well, I might have been on the front porch, guitar strumming. I tip my hat, she don't offer back much more than a wave. No time for conversation. she's underneath the willow tree, feet stuck in the creek. Or maybe I'll toss a fishing line. Hey, maybe I'll catch supper, or maybe I'll catch her eye. Farm girl, cattle branding, farm girl, cotton sweating, farm girl, herbal remedy, farm girl, boll weevil in and farm girl. I like to be a honeybee, buzzing around her leaves. What do I gotta do to get on? Rastafarian, tall and tan, she's chewing grass. She got lavender tucked behind her ear. Honeybee, yeah. Seed spit, clay throwing, and a green thumb. Propagating, cultivating, irrigating. Farm girl.
Name of the song is Farm Girl from her self-titled debut album, Shelby Means. And if you're listening on radio, I want you to go to the WoodSongs YouTube channel so you can watch how much fun this bluegrass band is rocking and rolling during this song. I mean, this is the joy of the front porch, and we love it. If you want to make the music of Shelby Means part of your home music collection, we encourage you to go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1153. We'll tell you about Shelby Means, as well as our next artist, all the way from England, originally born in Spain and grew up around Chicago. She's an amazing artist, a beautiful singer. She's got a brand new song that she's going to premiere just for the WoodSongs audience. It's called Too Many Plates to Juggle. Please welcome her back, Sarah McQuaid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Couldn't sleep again last night. So many tasks, so little time. All floating round in circles in my overloaded mind. I've got too many plates to juggle, and I can't keep them all in the air. Got too many plates to juggle, and it's driving me to despair. Too many plates, if I make a mistake, they're gonna shatter and break, and I'll be sweeping up the pieces. Got too many plates to juggle, and I can't keep them all in the air. I don't know how I've gotten to this crazy situation. I don't know how I ever thought I'd cope with all the stress of living in a constant state of fear and trepidation. I don't know if there's any way of sorting out this mess. I got too many plates to juggle, and I'm scared I'm gonna let them fall. Got too many plates to juggle, and I can't keep track of them all. Too many plates, you know, it gives me the shakes. I just can't seem to make the numbers add up any better. Got too many plates to juggle, and I'm scared I'm gonna let them fall. I don't know how I got into this crazy situation. I don't know if this how I ever thought I'd cope with all the stress. I'm living in a constant state of fear and trepidation. Don't know if there's any way of sorting out this mess. To juggle, and I can't keep them all in the air. I've got too many plates to juggle, and I don't know how they got up there. Too many plates, more than I can take. No wonder the anxiety is keeping me awake. I got too many plates to juggle, and I can't keep them all
Brand new, never performed before, a treat for the WoodSongs audience. Too many plates to juggle. Sarah McQuaid, and that song is really kind of about you because you are certainly one of the. You and I have known each other for quite a while, and I have always admired your work ethic. I mean, you book yourself all over the place in many different countries, and you handle everything. And we were talking earlier that, you know, these days an artist has to have one hand on their guitar case, the other hand on a briefcase to get things done. How do you handle all that? How do you juggle all those plates?
With extreme difficulty, which is why I wrote that song. That song is possibly the most autobiographical song I have ever written in my life. It's tough, it's really tough. And I think the toughest thing, because when you're a musician now, you're not just a musician, at least for most of us, especially solo singer-songwriters like myself. You are your own booking agent, you are your own publicist, you've got to maintain a website now, you've got to keep your social media channels going and post every day and watch that algorithm and all this stuff that you didn't used to have to do back in the day.
It's a lot of work to do this thing they call playing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of work.
And then you got to try and make time to play and to write new songs, and I think that's possibly the toughest part of all right now.
Well, for anybody that goes and looks up Sarah McQuaid and they look at your schedule, I mean, you are like just slamming it. You're all over the place. I mean, you're here in America for several weeks. You're working constantly. Then you got to go to Europe, and you've booked dates all over Europe and stuff. And the audience, in the meantime, the audience has really kind of changed, hasn't it? You know, the way the audience attends shows and stuff, it's getting harder out there.
It's getting much, much, much harder. It's really tough. I think what happened is that during COVID, people kind of got out of the habit of going out to hear live music. They kind of got really comfortable in their own houses, and they got their surround sound and their fancy TVs, and there's so much that you can watch now. You know, you can watch all kinds of live shows and stuff. And they just got out of the habit to going out to theaters and concert halls and churches to hear live music, which is a real shame.
It is, and anybody that listens to you will certainly get into the habit real quickly because you're a delight. You're going to do a tune called When a Man's in Love. It's Sarah McQuaid on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
When a man's in love, he feels no cold like me some time ago, like a hero bold to seek his girl, he'll plow through frost and snow. The moon, she gently shed her light along my weary way, till I arrived at that sweet spot where all my treasure lay. I rapped at my love's window, saying, "My dear, are you within?" Slowly she unlocked the door, and slyly I slipped in. Her hands so soft, her breath so sweet, her tongue did gently glide. I stole my arms around her waist and asked her to be my bride. Take me to your chamber, love, take me to your bed. Take me to your chamber, love, to rest my weary head. Oh, to take you to my chamber, love, my parents would never agree. So sit you down by yon cold fire, and I'll sit close by thee. Many's the night I've courted you against your parents' will. moments now, my girl, sit still. For tonight I am going to cross the sea to far Columbia's shore. And you will never, never see your youthful love anymore. And are you going to leave me now? Oh dear, what can I do? I'll break through every bond of home and go along with you. Perhaps my parents won't forget, but surely they'll forgive. And it's from this hour, my dearest dear, along with you I'll live.
Thank you so much.
So great to have Sarah McQuaid on our broadcast, and her amazing guitar stylings and everything else that she gets to do is just incredible. We have the symphonic textures of bluegrass music with Shelby Means, and an amazing WoodSongs kid in our guest, Amazing Grace, performing that song. And thank you, Jerome. And what we want to do is remind everybody that when you have these amazing artists doing these amazing things, you have to remember what someone like Ralph Waldo Emerson said. He said, "Go where there is no path and leave a trail." And that's exactly what these wonderful artists are doing. My name is Michael Jonathan. I am a folk singer, I am a song farmer, and we'll see you next week on the Woods.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1153. Michael's opening song was Vincent in the Rain from the Painter album. Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Our TV director is Maria Claridge. Technical assistants are Brian Klausing, Eric Anderson, Dan Field, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Eric Anderson, and our WoodSongs partners of the week are Doug and Gail Oynes. Our show is produced with the support of the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Hybrid Spring Water, Travel Host Magazine, and email and business services by earthlink.net. WoodSongs, the WoodSongs Symbol registered trademarks of Rachel Albee Music, and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version of WoodSongs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com, KentuckyTourism.com, and our show is produced with the support of the Martin Guitar Charitable Foundation and Earthlink.net, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The encore section is next. You can support our musical mission by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Let's give Dorothy a big round of applause. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You were wonderful. Didn't they do great tonight? So the artists are going to perform little encore performances just for you here in our theater and those watching online around the world. And after that, they're going to be in the lobby to say hello to everybody. And they brought their merch and CDs and stuff. So we encourage everybody to stop. You don't have to rush out. get to visit with them a little bit and say hi and stuff. So let's go in reverse order. We'll start with Sarah, and then we'll go to our WoodSongs kid, and we'll end the evening with Shelby Means. Tell everybody what you're going to sing for them.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael. It's a real honor to be back on the show again for the second time. So nice to be here and see some of the crew again that I remember from the last time, like Brian and some new faces to me. This is a special song for me. It's one I wrote for my mother and also for my children. And I tend to save it for an encore because I can't do anything after it because it's called The Last Song.
When I was a little girl, tucked in my bed at night, I'd have the door cracked open and I'd watch that thread of light. Listen to my mother as she played her old guitar. I'd say, "Do Froggy went a-courtin' for the next one?" She'd say, "All right, but now this has to be the last song. Are you still awake? Go to sleep, child. The sun is down, you're safe and sound. The Sandman's on his way. Honey, close your eyes. Time to be quiet now. Do you wake up in the morning and start another day? Years have passed, and now I'm trying to learn some sweet old tune. In the hall, I've got the light on, so it shines into your room. Talking to your teddy bears and playing with your dolls. You should have been asleep an hour ago, I'm thinking. Is it my mother's voice or mine that I hear asking? Are you still awake? Go to sleep, child. The sun is down, you're safe and sound. The Sandman's on his way. Honey, close your eyes. Time to be quiet now. Do you wake up in the morning and start another day? She left this world too soon to ever know you. She never got to see your little face. And I wish with all my heart that she'd lived long enough to hold you, long enough to kiss your cheek and stroke your head and say, are you still awake? Go to sleep, child. The sun is down, you're safe and sound. The Sandman's on his way. Honey, close your eyes. Time to be quiet now. Do you wake up in the morning and start another day? Another day. Froggy went a courting and he did right. Froggy went a courting and he did right. Sword and pistol by his side. So much.
Beautiful, Sarah. Again, Sarah and the artists are all going to be out in the lobby. And the next thing I'm going to say is for WoodSongs partners only. And we certainly encourage everybody to become a WoodSongs partner. You are the engine, the driving force that keeps WoodSongs going. And WoodSongs partner gets to come to all the shows that we do free. They don't have to get tickets or anything. We welcome them. We need you. There's going to be the 6th WoodSongs Artist Picnic at My Log Cabin this Sunday. And it's going to be several dozen poets and painters and artists of all kinds. If you're a WoodSongs partner and you're artistically inclined, there's going to be invitations for you out in the lobby if you'd like to be part of this WoodSongs Artist Picnic. And what happens is that everybody shows up exactly at 1 o'clock. We have a little meet and greet, coffee and desserts and stuff. And then for the next couple hours, everybody goes out onto the property and they create something brand new. A poem, a song, a painting, a drawing, a story. And then about 4 o'clock, we have a big potluck dinner and a big presentation concert, and you display what you've created that afternoon. No audience, only artists. It's free, and this is to encourage the artistic community. So if it's something that you're interested in, there's invitations out there you can get. If you're a WoodSongs partner only, we would love to have you be part of it. And we love having you. You were just absolutely amazing. Addison Taylor did Amazing Grace. So what are you going to sing for everybody?
I will be singing Jolene by Dolly Parton.
Oh, here you go.
I will be singing this a cappella once again, once I've learned to enjoy.
Now, you know what the song's about, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've sang this many times, and I really enjoy it. And I'm really grateful for being on here today. I got the call on Friday. My voice teacher said, "Would you want to do this?" And I said, "Sure." And I started practicing on Saturday, and I'm really grateful I'm here. So thank you. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice of men, but I can never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I've had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Good job, Addison. 15 years old, Addison Taylor. You did good. That's good. You have very good voice control, and I like the way you treated the song. It was really, really professional for 15 years old. Little information tidbit. Dolly Parton wrote Jolene and I Can Honestly Love You the same week while she was home eating a lot of mashed potatoes. It's true. She calls that her billion-dollar week because the songwriter royalties and album sales and record sales from those two songs exceeded $1 billion. So it shows you the value of mashed potatoes, right? And I hate to say that you have to follow her again. You got to follow this week's WoodSongs kids. Shelby Means, what do you got? It's very nice to have you guys here. You guys are wonderful. What are you going to sing for everybody?
Checkity check. Hey, hey, hey. I did want to say that thank you all so much for being a wonderful audience here in person, and also to the audience that I can't see. I know you're out there listening, and I think y'all are also wonderful. So, and thank you, Michael, for putting on such a great program. And when I was a little kid, I watched the WoodSongs Radio Hour, and it brought me back to Kentucky out there in Wyoming. And this is my brother, Jacob Means, playing the mandolin. Family affair. And my husband, Joel Timmons, on the guitar. Of course, you know Kyle Tuttle and Sammy Brayman. And we're going to play a song for all of you wildcats out there. It's one called Wild Tiger Style, so you can see why it's kind of a wildcat theme. So if you feel like you know it after a while, you know the chorus, you can sing it along with us if you'd like. Y'all ready to do this bluegrass rave up? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. No lock, no chain, no bars, no cage, no pin, no ink on a page. There's a tiger inside this woman who won't be tamed. Oh no, you can try. No smack, no jealous lip. That's the way I rock and how I move my hip. No sticks, no stone, talk cats out the back. Got that wild tiger style. Wild tiger style. Got that wild tiger style. Got that wild tiger style. No lock, no lock, no chain, no bars, no cage, no pin, no ain't gonna pay. There's a tiger inside this woman, and she won't. They told me die down, cat, and I said no, no they won't. I won't be tamed. No, I won't be tamed.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun